Fitness and testing assessment. Physical fitness testing helps to determine the state of your well-being and measures the level of performance of your muscles, heart, and lungs. Health-related fitness test. Body composition. Body composition refers to the amount of the body's body fat-free mass as compared to the amount of body fat. The fat-free mass includes bone, water, muscle, and tissue, while body fat literally refers to the fat within the body. Being overweight or obese is an indication of excessive accumulation of body fat. Body mass index or BMI. Formula. BMI is equal to your body weight in kilogram, kg, over or divided by your height in meters squared. Classification. WHO classification of weight status. Underweight. Less than 18.5. Normal range 18.5 to 24.9. Overweight 25.0 to 29.9. Obese. Greater than or equal to 30. Obese class 1. 30 to 34.9. Obese class 2. 35.0 to 39.9. Obese class 3. Greater than or equal to 40. Here is another illustration, for you to know how it looks like. Waist circumference. Waist circumference is a good predictor of visceral fat, which contributes more risk of cardiovascular disease and diabetes than fat located in the other areas. Here is the criteria for waist circumference in adults. Risk category. Very low. Females. Less than 27.5 inches or 70 centimeters. Males. Less than 31.5 inches or 80 centimeters. Risk category. Low. Females. 27.5 to 35 inches or 70 to 89 centimeters. Males. 31.5 to 39 inches or 80 to 99 centimeters. Risk category. High. Females. 35.5 to 43 inches or 90 to 109 centimeters. Males. 39.5 to 47 inches or 100 to 120 centimeters. Risk category. Very high. Females. Greater than 43 inches or 110 centimeters. Males. Greater than 47 inches or 121 centimeters. Skills-related fitness test. Zipper test is a test of upper arm and shoulder girdle flexibility intended to parallel the strength/endurance assessment of that regions. Purpose: to be able to touch the fingertips together behind the back by reaching over the shoulder and under the elbow. Standard scoring. 0. Did not touch fingertips. 1. Just touched fingertips. 2. Fingers overlapped by 1 to 2 centimeters. 3. Fingers overlapped by 3 to 4 centimeters. 4. Fingers overlapped by 5 to 7 centimeters. 5. Fingers overlapped by 8 centimeters or more. Here is a video to show you how it's done.
Zipper test. For the performer, stand erect. Raise your right arm, bend your elbow, and reach down across your back as far as possible to test the right shoulder. Extend your left arm down and behind your back, bend your elbow up across your back, and try to reach or cross your fingers over those of your right hand as if to pull a zipper or scratch between the shoulder blades. To test the left shoulder, repeat the same procedure with the left hand over the left shoulder. For the partner, observe whether the fingers touched or overlapped each other. If not, measure the gap between the middle fingers of both hands. Record the distance in centimeter. Scoring. Record the gap overlap to the nearest 0.1 centimeter.
Sit and reach, a test of flexibility for the lower extremities, particularly the hamstring. Purpose: to be able to reach as far as possible without bending the hamstring. The aim of the sit and reach test is to highlight tightness in the lower back and/or hamstring muscles. To assess your performance in the sit and reach test, please use the table below. Here is a video to show you how it's done.
Our next test is our sit and reach test. For this test we need to use a sit and reach box. It's important that we anchor the box against a wall. For the demonstration today we're going to be using a bench just to make sure it doesn't move. Now when you're doing any sort of flexibility testing, and in this case the sit and reach, we want to make sure that our client is physically warm. So this test should only ever be done after doing aerobic testing. The rules for using this box in a sit and reach test are pretty simple. We want to make sure that our client takes their shoes off so that we're actually measuring their range through their hamstrings and lower back, not affected by the angle of their ankle. The second rule is we must keep their legs straight. So we want to make sure that the knees are locked out, and the tester is required to just rest their hand on the top of the knees to make sure that there's no flexion as they're reaching forward. Now the client is required to reach as far along the scale as they can, and they must hold it for a count of 3. So it's not a bounce, it's a hold. So it's important that the client doesn't actually overstretch and push to the point of pain. Now with Weston, he's already warmed up. So what I'm going to get Weston to do is put both hands on top of each other so his middle fingers line up, and I'm going to be measuring how far along this scale his middle fingers can move. Once he gets to the end point of his range of motion, he needs to hold it for a count of 3 seconds, and then he gets to release. Okay, so I'm right to put my hand on your knees? Correct. Excellent. Whenever you're ready. 2, 3, and release. Okay. Now that I know what Weston's range is, he would have 2 more attempts to try and better that score.
90-degree push-ups. Purpose: to measure strength of upper extremities. Push-ups for men. Joke long. Ha 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 ha. It's this one. Push-ups for ladies. Push-up chart for men and women. Here is a video to show you how it's done.
Before we get started, let's talk about some of the common mistakes that you need to watch out for when you're doing the push-up test.
Curl-ups. Purpose: to measure strength of abdominal muscles. Curl-up chart. Here is a video to show you how it's done.
Form breaks occur when the student's heels are no longer in contact with the mat, when the head does not touch the mat as the student curls back down, when movements become jerky, when the student stops to rest, when the student cannot keep up with the cadence, and when the fingertips do not touch the other edge of the strip. The examiner signals to the partner when a form break has occurred. The student is stopped when the second form break occurs, when the student can no longer continue, or when the student completes the limit of 75 curl-ups.
3-minute step test. Purpose: to measure cardiovascular endurance. 3-minute step test chart. Here is a video to show you how it's done.
3-minute step test. For the performer, position at least 1 foot away from the step or bench. At the signal go, step up and down the step or bench for 3 minutes at a rate of 24 steps per minute. One step consists of 4 beats. That is, up with the left foot, count 1, up with the right foot, count 2, down with the left foot, count 3, down with the right foot, count 4. Immediately after the exercise, locate your pulse and wait for the signal to start the counting. Don't talk while taking the pulse beat. Count the pulse beat for 10 seconds. Multiply it by 6.
Monitoring heart rate. 1. Resting heart rate, RHR. This is the number of pulse beat at rest. The best time to take the RHR is upon waking up in the morning. The average RHR is 75 beats for males and 80 for females per minute. Working heart rate, WHR, or exercises heart rate, HER, or target heart rate, THR. This is the 60 to 80% of your heart's maximum capacity, after deducting age, while exercising. An ordinary college freshman should approximately have WHR of 130 to 160 pulse per minute. This is gradually attained in the workout phase and sustained by steady exercise for about 20 minutes. Recovery rate, RR. This is the number of pulse beats taken 5 to 10 minutes after a workout or after walking and stretching in the gradual cool-down. The heartbeat should go back to normal or slightly above the resting heart rate. Cooper, ND, recommends pulse taking at the wrist using the forefinger and the middle finger.